And joining us live to weigh in on this is former Missouri Governor and Navy SEAL Eric Greitens. Good to see you again, Eric.
Miranda, thanks so much for having me on. Great to see you.
Great to see you. So what is your reaction to what you just heard?
Well, look, this is just another disappointment from the Biden administration. This is a crisis that Joe Biden has created. When he came into office, none of these problems existed. Joe Biden and his administration, by ending the construction of Trump's border wall, by refusing to enforce the law, by turning the border over to Mexican drug gangs and cartels, they have created this crisis, and now they're trying to hide it from the American people. And of course, the American people deserve to see the crisis that Joe Biden has created because it's affecting families across this country. So yet again, Miranda, another disappointment from the Biden administration. They need to be upfront with the American people about the crisis that they've really created here on the border.
I also want to mention a new poll that just came out saying that 40% of Americans actually disapprove of Biden's handling of children reaching the nation's southern border without their parents, compared with just 24% who approve. The rest, 35%, say they don't have an opinion. Given that we're only a few months into his presidency and we're already seeing approval stats this low, do you think this issue alone has the potential to cost him the election in 2024 if he doesn't crack down harder?
Yeah, for sure. This is going to cost Joe Biden. It's going to cost Democrats in 2022. And anybody who's willing to stand up and defend President Trump's America First policies in 2022 is going to find that the American people are receptive. You know, when Joe Biden was out there campaigning from his basement, he never said that when he became president, one of the first things that he was going to do was end construction of the border wall and throw open America's southern border. You know, I've talked to guys who are on the ground, on the front lines with Customs and Border Patrol, working for local sheriffs, and what they are describing is a situation of utter lawlessness because Joe Biden and his team have thrown open the border. The border, as you now know, being under the control of Mexican drug gangs and cartels, it's become a national security problem. We recently picked up 3 Yemenis who are on the FBI's terrorist watch list who are sneaking through the southern border. It is a major crime and public safety issue. It's a public health issue. It's an economic issue. And as you just highlighted, Miranda, it's also a humanitarian crisis. Tens of thousands of kids making their way to the southern border under the control of Mexican drug gangs and cartels. This really demonstrates the heartlessness of the left, that they're willing to create these policies which lead to the abuse of some of the most vulnerable kids in the world.
Real quickly, though, do you anticipate anything to change in the weeks and months ahead?
I do, because I think that the American people are beginning to see what's really happening. For so long, Joe Biden and his team, as you pointed out, tried to hide from the American people what was happening. But now, as these videos come out and people see what's happening to kids on the border, as video comes out from guys like Ben Bergquam, who's doing great work for Real America's Voice, on the ground, showing what's happening with the drug running, the smuggling, I think more and more Americans are going to demand action.
All right, Eric Greitens joining us live in our D.C. studios. Pleasure to see you, sir. Hope you had a lovely Easter weekend.
Thank you, ma'am. Great to see you, Miranda.